Howdy people, Peter Parker here. I wanted to give my spoiler review of Dawn of Justice. It's been about a week or so since the movie was released. And I did my non-spoiler review, so this is the spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch this video until you have. So
Hey, I need a cab. Stay where you are. I got a driver right around the corner. Thank you.
So the main thing that seems to divide people is the fact that Batman and Superman don't have any motivations, which I went over before in my non-spoiler review. Number one, Batman's a psychopath, so he doesn't need any motivations. He was there in Metropolis. That's the only motivation he needs. Superman, now that he's doing his thing, saving people. People were crying about Man of Steel. He saved the whole freaking planet. From an alien invasion of freaking Kryptonians. Now Superman's doing his thing. He hears about this crazy dude branding people, beating the living crap out of them, stabbing them, being brutal. Crazy psychopath. Called Batman in Gotham. He's like, he runs into Batman during spoilers when I think they're in that Batmobile chase in the movie. And Superman is like, Bat is dead, bury it. Consider this mercy. He's basically saying like, hey, I'm Superman. We don't need you anymore. Go home. And that was the whole point of him going after Batman. He's like, hey, we don't need you anymore. I'm Superman. I can do everything you can do, just better. We don't need you anymore. Bye. Go home. That's all it should have been, really. I get what people are saying that they didn't like how Lex Luthor manipulated both of them. I thought that was kind of stupid, honestly. The more I think about it, it's like, yeah, Superman, go up here and balls, man. Just melt Lex Luthor's balls off and they'll tell you where her mom is. I mean, little freaking dude threatened this big ass dude that can step on him and kill him. And his mom's in trouble. When Zod threatened his mom, he beat the shit out of him. He came at him in like supersonic speed, beat the living shit out of him, and then destroyed a freaking gas station or something. It was hilarious. This little dude said, oh, your mom's in trouble. All Superman had to do was grab this guy by the neck, smash him into the ground, say, where is she? And then I'm pretty sure he would have told him. These writers love to tone down characters like Superman too much, and it really irks me sometimes. And that was my problem with him in the cartoons and whatnot. That's why I had a problem with him in the cartoons, because it's a wuss. But Man of Steel in this movie is it's boss, man. I mean, he kicks ass and doesn't apologize for it, like I said before in my non-spoiler review. So he's a badass. That's what he should be. That's what Superman should be. He shouldn't be a little wuss. Saving kittens from trees or whatever. Or rewinding time for one person, which is pathetic when you really think about it. Just as stupid as those Nolan movies where Batman's crying for 10 years because one person died. Ridiculous. I really don't want to see anyone superheroes crying, thank you very much. So enough of that crap in the Raimi movies. Yeah. So my gripes with the movie, now I'm going into spoilers. I don't like Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent. I never liked him as Jonathan Kent. I absolutely hated his portrayal of Jonathan Kent in Man of Steel, especially. Terrible freaking character, terribly written, awful acting, and I don't know, man, I didn't really care when he got killed off because I'm like, good riddance, because he was effing terrible. It was like, Jonathan Kent would never say that shit to Superman. Sure as hell not when he's the freaking kid. All his damn powers, like, hey son, you see that bust of kids over there? Don't save him. Don't live with that guilt for the rest of your life. Okay, Dad, but when I grow up, I'm going to be completely reckless with my abilities, and people are going to hate me for it. Oh, well. Oh, hey, son, you see that there's a tornado over there? Yeah, don't save anyone. Just stay back with your mom while I go risk my life to save your dog. When you can be there and back in 2 seconds. Sure thing, Dad. What kind of writing is that?
God bless you and thank you.
I don't know, I just don't understand that.
I'm hoping for a pickup. Got your scan for me. There's a job needed right now. Oh yeah, I'll take that one.
And my biggest issue with the film is, of course, Superman's death. Spoilers. Superman's death was awful in this movie. Terrible. It's by far the worst part of the whole freaking movie. I mean, if they just because you have Doomsday, it doesn't mean you have to kill Superman. I mean, I know he dies in the comics. Spoilers. Kill him by stopping Doomsday, but this is what I was talking about in my earlier videos about cramming too much into this movie. This is the same kind of issues I had with Age of Ultron. I'm not trying to start a Marvel DC thing here, but that movie sucked ass. And it's because they had too much crap in the movie. Too much crap in the movie. Not enough focus on the villain. Heck, not even enough focus on the damn heroes because they spent too much time on that stupid Hulk Black Widow bullshit that came out of nowhere. And it's kind of the same thing here because Batman and Superman just meet. They're meeting for the first time in this freaking movie. Superman's already dead. Superman's already dead. No, the dirt right at the end. It doesn't matter. Superman's barely been developed in this series and he's already dead. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is what I was talking about. Cramming too much crap in this movie. Oh, let's throw in Wonder Woman. Let's throw in Batman. Let's throw in Cyborg. Some random ass cameos that make no sense. Let's throw in Aquaman. And then there was Trident or something. I don't know what he was doing. It's kind of a cool scene, and I still think Aquaman's a joke. But there's just too much. Flash cameo was cool, I think. It was alright. I mean, the dream sequence with Batman in the desert was probably one of the best parts of the whole freaking movie. Which is why I always say they should have just done. That's why I said they should have just done a Batman movie before this garbage. Yeah, I still like the movie. I'm not knocking it down or anything. I just acknowledge. I'm acknowledging more of its faults now that I've seen it twice. Still a good film. The action sequences are awesome. And again, Michael Bay and Zack Snyder have the same thing in common. They're good visual directors, but they're not good storytellers. The exact opposite of George Lucas. George Lucas is a great storyteller, but he's not a visionary. That's how we got the prequels, as some of you would say. I mean, yeah, people are talking about how stupid it is that the Justice League was introduced through an email or something. I mean, this is how I would have done it. Batman should have been in the Batcave. He should have already been researching these guys since the Metropolis thing happened 2 years ago. He should have already been researching all these metahumans and stuff. If the Superman's around, there's got to be more of them. It should have been Batman researching this stuff, not Lex freaking Luthor. All right? That's the first thing. Because Batman's supposed to be a freaking detective. There hasn't been one Batman movie in the past, like 2 decades where he's actually been a detective, figuring stuff out. Not one. Sure as I was in the Christian Bale movies. He was crying a little bitch because one girl died. So he was staying away man and jerking off for 10 years instead of kicking ass like Batman would do. Like it hasn't been one Batman movie who's actually being a detective. I mean, he was doing some stuff in this movie, which is good, but I'm still waiting for that smart Batman where after something goes down, he's actually researching stuff. I mean, he found kryptonite and all that, but that's already after Lex Luthor had the meteor rock. If Batman really had a grudge against Superman, he should have sent someone after kryptonite himself. That should have been him sending someone in the ocean or whatever in the beginning of the freaking movie.
Oh my god, this car is gonna fall apart.
I mean, again, I still like the movie.
Shit, it's fine.
And another problem I have with the movie, going in, spoilers, is Superman was in the background of the movie. Just like I predicted months, years ago. As soon as they announced Batman, I'm like, okay, this is no longer going to be a Superman movie because Batman takes over everything. I mean, even his own sidekicks get sidelined in the Batman games, which annoys the living crap out of me to no end. And now in a movie where Superman's barely been developed, he's pushed to the background even more because of the pointy ears. He needs to get screen time. I can't stand it, man. I mean, if you're going to set up the Justice League, build your universe. Build your universe. Take your freaking time. It's like, I don't care if jail comes out in 2 years or 5 years, I'm still going to watch it. But you know what I'm not going to watch? A cluster freak of a movie where you got two characters that's supposed to be the main characters and a whole bunch of other crap going on at the same time. This is how we get movies like Spider-Man 3, where we got like 3 subplots plus like 6 villains in the same movie. I mean, I enjoyed it the first time I saw it, but once we got to the end, I'm like, I knew they were going to do something to piss me off.
Thanks for the free ride.
There you go. They should take their time. Actually develop their characters before making a teen movie, which is the whole point of this film, by the way. Is they feel like they set up way too much instead of actually focusing on Batman and Superman. Because by the end of the movie, all of a sudden they're best friends when they're like not even a minute ago beating the shit out of each other. It's kind of sad because I saw this coming a mile away. I saw it coming a mile away, as did many other people. It's like, can we develop Superman before we throw all these other characters in this movie? Holy crap, man. I said before that I was impressed with Wonder Woman because I wasn't expecting that much from her. Coming off of the trailers, I'm like, what the hell did she come from, man? See, Wonder Woman is a well-known character in the comics by comic book fans, which is why we should have had a Wonder Woman film before all this, because it's still random to have her in this movie. Because Superman has barely been developed, and we just got a new Batman that we're supposed to be getting introduced to in his universe, which we barely spend any time with anyway, because, hey, we have to see them fight, right? This is why the Avengers worked, because they built the universe, and then when we got to the team stuff, it wasn't shoehorned in. Like with that stupid email thing or whatever people were talking about. Didn't feel forced, because we already knew these characters, and now they can come together and fight a common threat. Like the last 20 minutes of this movie was a big ass CGI fright fest or something. And as much as I enjoy the film, it's like you really gotta acknowledge the fault the movie has, because it's what you have to do as a critic. I mean, I am a comic book fan. I love DC and Marvel equally, so I'm not biased doing this review.
How's it looking out there, dispatch? Perfect timing. I got a customer for you right now. Oh yeah, I'll take that one.
Just really gotta.
Okay, all yours. You're not far away.
The writers really need to get their heads out of their asses and really fix this mess before we get to Justice League, because the way you're going now with Superman gone, spoilers, with Superman gone and the rest of their jail in random places, and Batman and Wonder Woman doing the whole Avengers Initiative thing, going to look for them or whatever, when he should already have them, their whereabouts in his computer in the Batcave, because that's what Batman would do. Batman would already have the names and identities of all these characters in the Batcave the instant the Metropolis incident happened. The instant. As soon as he found out there's an alien being out there, he would have been researching him, finding his weakness, and finding out if there were any more like him, just in case they became a threat. Watch that cartoon movie, Justice League Doom, if you don't know what I'm talking about, because that's exactly what Batman would do. He has all their weaknesses, all their powers in the Batcave, in the freaking, what is it, the Supervillain Society, whatever they're called. They hacked into the Batcave, and they found out how to defeat all the heroes, and he's basically Batman's plot. It was his tactics. He made the thing to stop them, but they made it, enhanced it to neutralize them permanently. I'm just saying that some parts were just a little flimsy. I'll acknowledge that, but I still like the movie. But for me, the death of Superman was the stupidest part of the whole movie. But that was a stupid ass move. It was the dumbest thing you could have possibly done in the second movie of DC Universe. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not trying to go into a Marvel DC war thing, but you gotta admit, Marvel played it pretty safe. I'm saying this from the start. You can't just throw these characters into a movie and expect people to go along with it. You just can't do it. You can't possibly hope to develop Batman and Superman in one movie, have them beat the crap out of each other, and all of a sudden have them be best friends. It didn't bother me, the whole Martha thing, because their mom's names are both Martha, so I know what the big deal about that is, but I think in that moment he realized that Superman is more human than he thought. Because he just thought it was just a crazy alien dude that destroyed stuff and destroyed the building where, what was the guy's name, Jack or something? In my opinion, it should have been Lucius Fox. That would have been a little more personal to me. Lucius Fox runs Wayne Enterprise when Bruce isn't around, you know, like Alfred runs the Batcave and whatnot. So if it was Lucius Fox in the building that died, I might have actually cared. There was some random ass dude named Jack. Like, I don't want to give a shit about him for. And that's the problem. Doing all this crap in his movie, and again, not trying to hate on the movie, because analyzing it and critiquing it, because that's what I do.
Thanks.
That's what I do.
Any jobs I can pick up? Copy that. I've got someone for you. I'm on it.
Honest truth, they don't look like crap.
Good.
They look like complete crap. Oh man. I can't even really deny it. I can't really defend it at all because it looks like a piece of crap. I mean, gee whiz, man. Where did they put the budget for this movie? It looks like a pile of shit walking around, man. I mean, damn. I've never seen so much CGI in a movie before. Not since the Battle of the freaking Five Armies and that awful Hobbit trilogy. Oh, man. Looks like a piece of shit. Then all of a sudden he's shooting lasers from his eyes. I'm like, what the hell? When I get there, you got the DNA from what's his name, Zod. But still, could have put a little more effort into the design of Doomsday. I'm talking about Doomsday here, people. This is why I always said you need to save Doomsday for a Superman movie, an actual Superman film, because Death of Superman should be at least a three movie arc or something. Not like 3 movies, but like it should be an arc in the movie. You know, it should be the main plot. This movie is supposed to be about Batman and Superman, and thanks to that stupid trailer, done spoiled everybody before we even sit down on the damn seat. You know how it's gonna freaking end. I know they're actually gonna freaking kill him. I'm like, nah, he doesn't have the balls to kill Superman. Not in the second movie. He did it. So yeah. Yeah, Zack Snyder's a piece of crap for that. I kind of lost respect for him when he did that. I'm like, dude, why would you do that? Now, the only way they can do this right is if they bring Darkseid in and have him brainwash Superman and have him turn against Earth, and then have Batman and Wonder Woman work together to bring him down. It's the only way they can make this right now, because to bring him back now, and one, they have to figure out how you're going to get Clark Kent back, because apparently Clark Kent is presumed dead when they should have just said he's out of town or something. My guess is that Lois's dumbass told someone that he's really Clark Kent, because she can't seem to keep her mouth shut about nothing. Normally I have a problem with Lois Lane. Like, I didn't really like her that much in Man of Steel. She was pretty good though. It kind of annoyed me when she first figured out as a secret, but at the same time, she's supposed to be a reporter, award-winning reporter or whatever, so it makes sense. Personally though, I don't understand how he's supposed to bang her without killing her, which is why I like the Superman Wonder Woman a little bit more. So For a moment, I thought they were going to kill Lois Lane. Like, huh, look at that. I mean, in that dream sequence, it was like, she was my world and you took her from me. So I'm like, okay, so maybe Lois dies in the movie and that's what sends him over the edge. It would have been a great setup for a Darkseid if anything. Have Lois die and have Superman get pissed off and go his own way or something. I don't know. Anything would have been better than killing him off in the second freaking movie. Why would you do that? Even I wouldn't do that if I was writing a character in my story. Like, why would you kill off the main hero, the leader of the freaking Justice League, in the second movie?
Anybody out there good for pickup? Sure, I can take that. Perfect. They're right around the corner from me. Taxi! Get moving.
So I guess that was my negatives. I'm going on the positives now. Number one, Batman. Absolutely amazing. I was one of those guys that was not a fan of Ben Affleck's casting as Batman. It's not nothing personal. I just couldn't see him as Batman, the character. The more set photos I saw and the more trailers I saw, I started to get into it. All right, I do all right. I felt kind of bad for Henry Cavill because he was like really pushed to the background. It's really pathetic, really, when you think about it. It should have been his movie. And of course, they're gonna throw everything in, throw every character from the DC universe they can to set up the Justice League. When they could have just filmed like 3 movies back to back, Lord of the Rings style, and just released them simultaneously, save time and money. If they were smart, they would do that, but they're not smart. So, and they got the guy that made Sucker Punch, for Pete's sake, making a Batman freaking movie. So clearly, they're not smart at all. Same guy that made Watchmen an okay movie. Like, I like this Batman the most because he was basically Michael Keaton's Batman, just done 10 times better. Because Keaton didn't really have that much to do with in his movie back in the day. He was kicking all kinds of butt, but wasn't nowhere near as brutal as this. Of course, back then he couldn't even turn his head, so. And personally, like I said, I would have rather seen a Batman movie for all this because
Pickup. Who wants it? First come, first serve. Oh yeah, I'll take that one. I'm open for a pickup. Got your scan for me. So there's a job near you right now. Yeah, I got that. Anything going, dispatch? Yeah. Oh, shit. You can get that one to me. Hey, what you got, dispatch? Dispatch, I got a job for one right now. I got it.
yeah, because he's.
Okay, all yours. You're not going nowhere.
We see a glimpse of the Robin suit. Jason Todd. Spoilers. We see a glimpse of the Robin suit. He mentions the Joker very vaguely. And I'm like, okay, why the hell couldn't we just see a Batman film with all this stuff in there? Why couldn't we see the death of Robin? Why couldn't we see the Joker, Batman beating the crap out of the Joker and nearly killing him before we get to Suicide Squad and JL? Because there's no way Louis gonna hold on his own. There's no way. After seeing this, there's no way Louis gonna hold on his own. We're talking about a movie about villains when they could barely balance Batman and Superman in this movie. Like, their plan was a failure from the start. This doesn't have to be the Marvel way, but their plan was a failure from the start. Like, I knew from the start there was no way it's gonna work. Good movie or bad, their plan was incredibly flawed. I didn't have a issue per se with the way the jail was introduced. I would have preferred an after credit sequence so we could focus more on the actual characters from the movie. Like, I don't know, Superman.
Thanks.
But of course, it's staying on as Batman, of course. So why just should have made a Batman movie before this?
I need a driver for pickup right away.
I mean, it's not like Batman was making any friggin' money. The only reason they put Batman in there is because they wanted to make more money from this movie.
I'm on it.
Because they have no faith in their characters. This is why Green Lantern flopped. This is what they should have done. Ben Affleck casts Batman, fine. Do a Batman film, set up his universe, so we can actually care about him when he's in this movie with Superman. I mean, we just got introduced to Superman in Man of Steel. People hate him and people are divided about him, fine. But we never got to hear him say his side in the damn argument. He goes to the freaking City Hall place and the place gets blown up and people get mad at him again for doing nothing. Like, can we hear his side of the freaking argument? I mean, can we hear him defend himself? Jeez. It's like Snyder's turning into Michael Bay or something. He's obsessed with explosions. Because there are a lot of explosions in this movie. People were crying about the destruction of Man of Steel. There's even more destruction in this movie. Or did you forget Doomsday was in here?
Let's go, please.
This is why I was nervous going in. I'm like, huh. It's either going to be pretty good or a piece of crap like I thought it was going to be. I actually wound up liking it. I'm surprised I liked it, but even if I was going to go on a rant, which I kind of did already, I can't go on a rant too much because I still like the movie. But I will acknowledge its faults. Some of the scenes are a little chopped up, I'll admit. A little slow in some areas. A little slow. I could have done without Batman's origin again. It was like for the fourth time we've seen his origin. Do the writers really think we're that stupid that we won't know who Batman is at this point? He's been around since the freaking 60s. Even then, they didn't show his origin back then. They alluded to it back in the 60s. No one saw his origin. His parents were killed back then. 89 was a flashback at the end of the movie. I think we saw a flashback in Forever again at the end of the film. Begin did a different version of it. And this one, for some reason, we got to see it again. Those are the moments where I really just start to roll my eyes because it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Who the hell doesn't know what Batman is? Unless you're a bum on the street, I don't understand how people don't know what Batman is by now, man. It's the same reason why I don't like when Spider-Man movies keep rebooting and showing this stupid origin that takes literally 5 seconds to show. It's a spider bite.
Cocksucker.
Come on, dang. What's available for a job? Sure, I can take that.
I mean, the movie has flaws. It has flaws. Every movie has flaws. Thing is, I think because I like Man of Steel so much is probably the reason why I like this movie. I mean, if you don't like Man of Steel, you're probably not gonna like this one. So I liked Man of Steel a lot. So coming into this, I had a little bit more of an open mind than most other crap heads out there that are crying about it still. Why? I have no idea. But it's not as bad as the critics say. It's not as bad as some fanboys say because those particular fanboys are full of crap. Because I guess their moms didn't took them in at night when they were kids or something. But, well, everyone has a right to their opinion, but I'm like, just don't cry about it, all right? Jeez. It's a freaking movie. Every movie has flaws. And comic book films in particular have never been 100% accurate. Not one. Except for Deadpool. It's only one. The only thing these movies actually get right is the character's origin. That's the easiest part. People say Superman is a boring character, quote, quote. Yet they idolize Batman because he's so relatable. AKA a psychopath that beats the crap out of people with his bare hands. Oh, yeah. I think I was doing that last night before I got sent to prison. Like, he's a psychopath. No sane person would do that. No sane person would do what he does. Realistically, I'd rather see myself as Superman than Batman. If we're talking, like, if we're talking logically or whatever. I mean, Batman has some cool gadgets and stuff. And it's nice to finally see him using batarangs. For like the first time, like, ever.
Appreciate it. Bye.
I've never seen him use a batarang in these movies. Not even in the 90s, man. Not even in the freaking 90s. I mean, back then he would just take a bunch of random gadgets from his cave. Wouldn't use half. He wouldn't even use half of them throughout the movie.
Oh, yeah, I'll take that one. Copy that. You should only be a block or two away.
It's funny because I was hating on this movie ever since it came out,
I've got places to goddamn go.
and turns out my sister is the one that actually doesn't like it at all. So it's a little bit of irony right there. Interesting. when I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so there are no mentions of Nightwing or Jim Gordon from Batman or Alfred. Nice little Easter egg for the next generation of Waynes, aka Damian Wayne. So I was thinking to myself, maybe that girl in his bed was Talia. I doubt it, but it'd be nice little tease. I mean, he's older now, so I guess if he already smashed Talia, that Damon would be alive somewhere.
On time.
My guess is Damien's already out there somewhere, so hopefully we'll see Tim and Richard and to an extent Jason as Robin in the future. So that was
Anybody out there good for pickup? Yeah, I got that.
one thing this movie did do was one thing this movie actually did right was set up the universe and made me excited for a Batman film. Although I'd rather be more excited for a Superman film because Superman really doesn't get any real, doesn't really get any love in this movie because everyone's too busy hating on him. Then he sacrifices himself, and all of a sudden people are throwing him funeral services. Oh, now they want to celebrate him, huh? Where's after he saved the freaking world from an armada of Kryptonians? Oh yeah, you guys are blaming him for all the destruction that happened because he was trying to stop a maniac from taking over the freaking world. I think another reason I liked the movie was because I wasn't like one of those fanboys out there on the YouTube channels or whatever hyping it up because I had no expectation going in. I didn't have an expectation going into the movie, so when I saw it, I wasn't expecting anything. I guess I learned my lesson after watching Age of Ultron. That movie sucked ass.
Why are we stopping? Hey!
Like, we're setting up for Wonder Woman. I wish we could have already got the Wonder Woman movie by now. Because, I don't know, it's just too vague, man. This is like Guardians of the Galaxy didn't work for me because all these random ass characters and I'm supposed to care about them. Or I don't know dilly squat about them, you know?
Thanks.
Call just came in. Who wants to go pick up right now? I'm open for a pickup. Guys just cancel on me. So there's a job near you right now. You can get that one to me. Good, good. Looks like you're close.
Now, I wanted to talk a little about Lex Luthor. I was for the most part impressed with because I don't like Jesse Eisenberg as an actor. I think he's a little kid trapped in a man's body, and his character was kind of goofy, a little too much, honestly. Because Lex is supposed to be a smart dude. They play that up a little bit, but I got more of a Riddler vibe than a Lex Luthor vibe from this dude, and it's not good, especially when he's supposed to be Superman's nemesis. This is why I was like, they got this kid that's acting like the freaking Joker by Lex Luthor, really. And someone told me that he was based on the Birthright Lex Luthor. I'm like, oh, great. So it's that guy.
Oh, shit.
I really think Superman should have just melted his balls off when he threatened his mom. I'm like, I would have done that Man of Steel, tell you that. I was telling someone earlier today, I'm like, I think after Zod, he just doesn't want to cross that line anymore. Because he knows how fragile humans are. I mean, if they were going to kill someone off, probably should have killed Lois off. Gotta be honest. She's kind of useless, if you think about it. I mean, it's the same thing with Jane Foster. Useless. She doesn't serve as anything other than a plot device for Superman. Useless. Whoa. So I was like, how couldn't Superman hear Lois underwater when he couldn't hear his mom, wherever she was? It seems like his powers were inconsistent. Sure, they're probably toning him down or whatever, like they always do, because Superman is boring, right? I don't know. I like the Superman. I'm glad he's not the little goody two shoes.
Thank you.
I'm glad he's not the little goody two shoes piece of crap we got in the friggin' 70s. It's a nice refresher. Because Superman shouldn't be wasting his time saving cats and trees. You let the crap to the firemen, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's my spoiler review for the most part. Still like the movie, so don't get me wrong when I'm criticizing the film. I like the movie a lot. It has its problems, and more than anything, is just see it for yourself. Alright, so that's it for my spoiler review. If you haven't seen the movie, go out and see it. Judge it for yourself. Don't listen to these butthurt fanboys or the critics. See it for yourself and judge it on your own accord. That's my advice as a film critic myself. Not a hardcore one, but you know. And if you do review the movie, try not to compare it too much to Marvel because you will get criticized in the comments. Trust me on that. I've seen it happen. Not pretty. So, till next time.